folks. Glad you could be with me tonight. Uh, got my brother-in-law home from the hospital. The next 8 days, I got to take care of him. Got to give him IVs through a pick, which ain't no big deal. Just got to keep it sterile and start that in the morning. But he's doing good compared to the way he was when we went in. But tonight, what we're going to do is going to make some homemade pimento cheese. Now, I don't know why anybody would buy pimento cheese and them little round things about that thick for $3 to $4, depending on where you get it and what brand it is. And it don't keep much more than a week and a half to 2 weeks. And for $8, you can make approximately 2.5, 3 pounds, 2.5 most likely, after you weigh everything together to 3 pounds of pimento cheese, and you'll only use about $8 worth of cheese. I buy it for $7.99, and it sometimes costs 12. But what you want to do, if you first go get your pencil and paper, and I'll drink gab while you're getting that pencil and paper before I tell you anything. But homemade pimento cheese, the only preservatives that it's got in it, if you read the papers on it, I guess the only thing that it has is lactic ascorbic acid as a preservative. And that's the only preservative it's got in it is lactic acid and ascorbic acid, which are both from fruit and two different forms of ascorbic acid. But it'll only keep it by itself for about it'll last in that box there as long as it's on the shelf for about 2 years. And right, this one here's got a date all the way up to October, or November. Let's see, November of 24. That this one can be used. I'm telling you how long it's been in the store or in the warehouse. But Velveeta cheese is the best cheese that you can use to make your homemade pimento cheese. Now, if you like a little bite to your pimento cheese, you can add a little bit of grated sharp cheddar or anything like that you like with a little bite you can add to it. But there's no sense in it. It's perfect the way it is. But if you like a little bite to it, you can put Longhorn cheddar or whatever cheddar you prefer. I wouldn't suggest American cheese because that makes it more bland. You don't want it bland. Now this is a 2 pound package of cheese, and I'd keep them boxes when you buy them because they got good recipes in there for your cheese products, macaronis and stuff. Good recipes. I've tried many of them. But anyhow, use a 2 pound Velveeta. Now you know that Velveeta is made now by Kraft Heinz or Heinz Kraft, whichever one they got first, because they joined together. And I don't know if anybody bought out anybody or what, but they're still using both names, so I consider it a partnership. And they haven't changed the product in it at all. It's still original. Now they got some of the Mexican varieties, and if you like a little more spice, you can use that. It'll make pimento cheese too. It's be a lot spicier. But now, the only ingredients you got to this is the Velveeta cheese, Mount Olive, sweet cherrykins, or you can use Kirk's brand sweet cherrykins from Save-A-Lots. But and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they don't bottle Kirk's brand, but I don't know for sure because they smell and taste exactly the same. And you're going to use, um, I would start off with about 6 cherry and I take a blender that you make a milkshake with, and put about. I use 8 myself because I like a little more pickle in it. Because pickles help preserve it even longer than the 2 or 3 weeks. But you have to start out. You can adjust the pickles the way you want. If you like a little stronger pickle taste, or if you like a little less. Most people that have me to make it for them ask for more pickles. So 8 is my maximum amount of pickles that I put in, and that's what I'm putting in this tonight, because I'm making it for a dear friend, and I want them to have it the way they want it. So you take your pickles out of your jar; they're all basically the same size. It don't make no difference. Just 8 pickles, and then I take about a third of a cup of the juice, maybe not quite a third. You can kind of adjust that too, and put in with the pickles to keep them moist when you cut them up, and they'll give it a enhanced flavor on your cheese. Then I use a 7-ounce container of pimentos. Uh, I found that to be a perfect blend with 2 pounds of cheese, and you drain the liquid off as much as you can. Of course, there's going to some stay in it, and that'll be fine. But a 7-ounce jar of pimentos. Now you can get smaller ones, but if you're going to make 2 pounds, that's the way to go right there. And it's cheaper. The next thing you need, and you can adjust this to your taste, don't change a bit except a little sweeter or a little less. I use not quite a fourth of a cup. Actually, that's 3 level tablespoons. And you can use a tablespoon more, you can use a tablespoon less. It'll still be good, whichever way you like it. Because everybody can't have a lot of sweets, and so you can even make it with more. But it will change the taste of it a little bit. But I use 3 because most of my people that I make it for like 3. And then you will have your next ingredient is Miracle Whip. And you don't want to use mayonnaise. You don't want to use Hellman's. And you don't want to use anything except the Miracle Whip. And it is also, I'm thinking still made by the Kraft. I don't even know if Heinz has got this in there, because their name ain't on the label, but it's still made by Kraft. And it's Miracle Whip is, and a lot of people say, well, why don't you use the Hellman mayonnaise? The basic fact is, mayonnaise will not last as long in the refrigerator as Miracle Whip. Hellman's won't, and no other mayonnaise will last long. If you make potato salad with mayonnaise, if it's on the table for more than 3 hours, you're running a chance of getting food poisoning. But you can use Miracle Whip, and you can go 4 to 5 hours, unless it's extremely, extremely hot, which will affect anything. So you want to use, I'll start out with 3 tablespoons. There'll be heaping tablespoons. And when I get it the thickness I want it, I'll quit adding it. But I'll add 3 right at the first. So without further ado, if you got all that down, I'll go over it as I put it in, and let you have catch up with writing it down if you didn't get all that. So a 2-pound box of Velveeta cheese, a 7-ounce bottle or jar. These make good jelly jars too. If you make, say like one I like really good is jalapeno pepper jelly, just the right size jar for them. Yeah, but they'll make any kind of jelly. You put preserves in them, it don't make no difference. Yep, don't go in there. I'm gonna reach in there with my gloves and I get them. And I haven't done anything with my gloves except pick my pickles out of the jar and I'm gonna fit in the fork. Now I put my pimentos in. I'm gonna add my pickles. Them pickles really add a lot of color to it. You got green and red and yellow. It's one of the prettiest dishes you can add. And now I'm going to add, I'll start off with now I'd say that's a heaping when you, yeah, but it's all to stay on that spoon. Just get, now, a little secret on your pickles and on your Miracle Whip, when you buy, unless you make it within 2 to 3 days of this, and buy a new jar of Miracle Whip and a new jar of pickles every time. And there's a reason for that. Once you open a jar, uh, it starts losing its time that it'll last. And if you keep it in there a week or two, then your pimento cheese is not going to last as long as it normally would if it's fresh. So your pickles, when you open them, they'll still taste like pickles 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even 5 weeks later. But they won't be near as good for a dish like that. 4 weeks down the road, they're going to lose a lot of their flavor. And that's what you want in here is flavor. So you want, I'll eat all them pickles within 2 or 3 days anyhow, because I love them just by themselves and good, cold and crunchy. So I eat them up fast. But if I hadn't ate them, if that jar had been open and I took some out of it, I'm going to get a new jar for my new batch of pimento cheese. And the only thing that's left is our sugar. And it's a little bit less than a quarter of a cup. It's about 3 tablespoons, and that's less than a quarter of a cup. But you can, I know what my customer, or not my customer, I don't sell this, I make it for them. They a lot of times buy the ingredients, but they all like the 3 tablespoons of sugar. And they all vary on the pickles. But most of them, now on your cheese, when I got this cheese here, it was in a refrigerated case. Not real cold, but a lot cooler than what it would be just out on the shelf, like a Kroger's. So I had to heat it up a little bit in the microwave, and I put it in there for about 35 seconds, I believe it was. And you just get where it's, and I break it up when I put it in my bowl, so it mixes easier. Now all I'm going to do, my friend likes it real creamy when she first gets it, and that way it stays that way the whole time she's got it. And so after I mix it up pretty good here, I'll take my mixer, my portable mixer, and go in it and cream it up good. Oh no, you ain't that looking pretty? Look at that. All in colors. They really go good together. But yeah, it was pretty cold when I got it out of the box. Um, I like it a little bit warmer than room temperature. So I generally always put mine in the microwave for at least 10 seconds, even if it's at room temperature. But you don't want to get it too hot, make it too wet, too loose. Okay, I'm going to put my spatula right there. mixer. Plug that. Hopefully it doesn't work. I don't think this is going to reach all the way over here, so I'm going to get a little closer to my cords and mix this up. And you can do the same thing. I'm going to get me a little spoon and taste that. Just need a tad more Miracle Whip and we'll be done. Now what I do with my Miracle Whip, I was raised on Miracle Whip and ketchup sandwiches when I was a kid. All we could afford. I'll put that in the refrigerator. We'll beat the rest of this up. Let me get my spatula. And I'll get that off my beater. There you are, folks. That is the best pimento cheese you ever put in your mouth. Yeah, I've won many awards with that. They all were my contest, though. You go to win it, but your contest, ain't nobody ever makes against me. So. But no, it is a good pimento cheese. You really like it, and you can adjust it to suit your own taste as far as the sugar. At 3 tablespoons was perfect for me and for my friend. That's just the way she likes it. And I'll sit back down here where that wore me out. 80 years old up there cooking at, what is it, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, maybe 11:30. I'm going to bake a pie now for my grandson before I go to bed. But yeah, it's got a lot of nice color to it. You don't see many of the pickles, even though there's 8 of them up in there, but they are in there. You can get a little close of it there. And all them pimentos and those pickles and that Miracle Whip, it all blends together so good. And there's not a big secret to that. All you got to do is do it. It's one of the best dishes you can make. It's good for you. Got a lot of protein in it. And I don't know what protein is just the cheese by itself, but it's 4 grams for every serving, and every serving is Your serving of cheese is a 1/4 inch slice, uh, about that bigger square, 1/4 inch slice. It's got 4 grams. So there's a lot of 1/4 inch slices in there. Plus your pickles will have protein in it. And that pickle juice uh, will cause that to preserve. Now I've kept it on camping trips for up to pretty near a week in just an ice chest. And you know how that goes sometimes. You open it up a lot and it don't stay real cold. But it's still good. And I keep it in my refrigerator up to a month. And it's still good. Because the pickle juice has got vinegar in it. You don't want to add just apple cider vinegar or distilled vinegar. Uh, you just want it where it's the pickle juice, and that'll preserve it plenty well. It's already got salt in it, so you don't have to worry about putting salt in it. If you want to put pepper, I would suggest cayenne pepper, no more than a half teaspoon, unless you like it stronger. But that would be good in it. But also, like I said, keep your little. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recipes in there, and they're all good. Um, and they don't leave just they change them up from time to time. But a lot of good recipes, and you can take and cut them out and make little index cards out of them. You don't have to leave them whole like that, and you can see that. You can cut them out, and some good recipes. But now what I'll do with mine, I got little Tupperware dishes about that big. If I was making this for myself, they're about that big, about that wide, and about that long, about that deep. And I'll fill them up. I get about almost 3 uh, things out of it, and then I put it under vacuum when I close my lid and set them in the refrigerator. And I'll eat one. I'll start with the ones got the least in it, and I eat it. I love a good buttermilk, homemade buttermilk, and pimento cheese sandwiches. Oh, give me a quart of buttermilk and uh, pimento cheese sandwiches, and I'm in seventh heaven. I'm good for the day. But it's good for you. It it's good. It's good and creamy, and I think you like it. So if you like this kind of video, give me a subscribe. I love subscriptions, but I'd rather you subscribe to me because I'm already subscribed to over 400 because I like watching that. So I watch on YouTube. I get my news from there and everything, Fox News and all that. But subscribe, give me a like or two. I don't think you can do it, but just you watch it one time, and give it one like, I think. But I'd appreciate it if you subscribe, and I'm going to be doing more. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I got one baked beans done, and it's a 2-part though, because I don't know how to edit. And so I got to make some 1-2s. I'm trying to learn. I got a program, and I'm trying to learn it. But sometimes I cut out more than I'm supposed to. And I cut one the end completely off for one, but it was too late. I already had it scheduled, and it was going up. People were reading it. So my pecan pie took off like gangbusters. They've been over 400 people watched it now. Just I think the first 8 or 9 days. But it's been up about 3 weeks now. But good pecan pie, you ought to watch that. And in a pecan pie, in all pies, there's a reason for everything you use in them. And I'll tell you what that is if you watch that pecan pie show, because I'll tell you what makes it work and what don't make it work. But anyhow, sugar was Domino's. Always use Domino's sugar if you want good bacon. Of course, you don't have to bake this. And Domino's costs a little bit more, but it takes less to get the same amount of sweetening as that other stuff. And Ginger Evans makes pretty good sugar. I usually get by with the same amount on ginger ale, but now ginger don't, herb sugar don't make quite as good candy as Domino. You'll barrel more with it than you will Domino. But everything else is Mount Olive pickles, uh, sweet cherries. Now, just a regular sweet pickle won't work. It's got to be the sweet cherries and your pimentos and your Miracle Whip. And don't try to substitute your Miracle Whip for Hellman's mayonnaise, stuff like that, because you'll end up getting sick. It won't last. You'll think it's still good, and next thing you know, you'll be in an emergency room. Because mayonnaise will not last as long as Miracle Whip. Proven fact. And of course, there's a lot of people that don't like mayonnaise or Miracle Whip. I mean, that's tough, but they're not going to have good fermented cheese. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Some do and some don't. And them that don't pay the price. All right, I'm going to shut this off. Remember to give me a subscription and subscribe to my channel. And I like and we'll be on 7 days. God bless you all, and He will if you let Him. Just open up your heart, He'll come in. Good night to all of you.